Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. There it is. Hey, welcome today to the installment that is going to knock your socks off. I'm not kidding you. Do talk about an illuminated conversation. Get your sunglasses ready because it's going to get bright up in here today. Yes, it is. Guess who is here today? Jaime Laine. Jaime Laine, you see her in the comment section every day, right? Everybody want to know, who is she? Where'd she come from? She's so smart. I am woman, hear me roar. The modern day, I'm telling you, me too. What time is it? Time's up. That's what time it is. All that feminist stuff. That's right. So we got her up in here with her badass self. Yes, and I'm so excited. You know how Oprah has her favorite things, and it's a big thing for Christmas. Well, I said, well, how come she's the only one who has taste? Lauren's favorite things. So every day between now and Christmas Eve, let's say, because you can still shop on Christmas Eve, right? I'm going to tell you some of the things that I have found my way to recently, in the past, whatever, because some things are just timeless, right? That I want you to know about. You might want to pick one up to give it to someone for Christmas. So my first Lauren's favorite thing is this. Will Smith's new book, his memoirs. It is out already. I'm trying to be careful and read it like I put a glove on at night when I'm turning the pages, and don't turn it face down because I plan on regifting this as soon as I finish reading it. So I am. I mean, if you don't spill anything, how they gonna know, right? It's a great book. Seriously, I will not give it away. I'm going to keep it, but I might give it away. No, I want it on my shelf. You know what? You know, one of my biggest dreams is one day, like in our retirement house, I want a study that has a whole wall, at least one whole wall from ceiling to bottom. I guess that would be floor, ceiling to floor, books, right? I want that ladder that you got to slide back and forth. You got to climb up there. Right. So I think I want, this is colorful. Isn't it nice? Really great. Let me tell you what it starts out, what it's really all about. His family. How when he became this epic, rap star, epic movie star, and then had a family with Jada Pinkett Smith, their kids, and all of them found themselves signed up for something that we find out in the book. No spoiler here, though. They didn't really want, but they had no choice. Really great book. His education continues to this day. He says every day he gets up and he learns more. And I love that because that's what I want to do. And that's what I try to do. And so Will Smith's memoirs, the book is called Will, written by Will Smith, and he had a little help by Mark Manson. And they said that Mark Manson, you might remember him, he is the author of the multi-million copy bestseller, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F *CK. So you know what word that, right? Okay, so there it is. That's my first favorite thing for Lauren. Okay, the Will Smith book. Get it, pick it up, give it away, or ask for it from Santa on your list. So we're here today. Oh, I want to show you guys something. Then we're going to get Miss Jamie up in here. But I want to show this because I want her input on it. I want you guys to respond to it too. Let me know how you feel about it. I found something today. This is just a simply incredible story of a mother. It speaks to the fortitude of women and mothers and just girl power. This young mother of two, rode her mattress 200 and some yards through the air, holding her babies in Dawson Springs, Kentucky, Friday night during what we if you haven't heard about it, I don't know where you've been. The tornadoes, plural. So anyway, I wanted to show you her brief. This is just a 3-minute thing, but listen to this, you guys. And I don't even think we'll watch the whole thing, but this is just incredible. Really, really something. I don't know what that is.
That's a lot of living.
Hold on.
So make sure the good things.
I guess that's one of those ads we can't. Don't you hate that? Okay, wait. There. Ads that they force down your throat. I can't.
Still hasn't figured out how she and her 2 children
watch this
are alive.
When I opened my eyes and looked around, I had no idea where I was.
Girl.
None. All I could do was stand up and scream for help and try to find someone to help me and my kids.
She's piecing together the memories of the tornado striking her home in Dawson Springs, Kentucky. The only place to hide was in a bed with her 4- and 2-year-old children clutched under her arms. She says that saved her kids' lives. That's when the windows exploded and the roof collapsed on her, crushing her arms.
And then after that, in a millisecond, we were no longer in the bed or in our house. We were on the ground all the way over there somewhere.
On the other side of those cars?
Like over this rubble on the ground in mud with absolutely nothing near us.
So you flew from this spot right here
all the way
over that rubble over there. So this was the area.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably close to 200 feet away.
I think being on the mattress saved us because for the most part of flying through the air, we weren't just flying through the air, we were on the bed.
Isn't that something?
Unbelievable things I've ever heard anybody surviving.
It's insane. I can't believe that me and my kids are okay. I can't believe that there's no broken bones on my children.
They were all cut and bleeding, but she remembers neighbors helping her into a basement.
Thank you so much for helping us.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. I can't do it. That was just too much. When people start crying, pack me off. I'm just letting you know. You should see it when my husband, I don't care if it's wind in his eyes and it starts getting all teary up. I'm like, what's wrong? What I do now? Why? Can't stand when people cry. If you have trouble with people crying and it's just your thing, put it in the comments. I know I'm not the only one. But you guys, prayers, light and love, anything you can do. I want to tell you guys really quickly, find a way to help. I wanted to remind you guys also about this. They have a nonprofit already set up, of course, besides the GoFundMe, because it's going to take months. It's not just Christmas. Don't just think about that, and don't count on FEMA. I hate to say it, but don't count on FEMA. Don't. We got to count on each other, y'all. This is a modern day stone soup story that we're living in. Right. Bring what you can. So here, AmazonSmile.com. Find a nonprofit if you want to really help these people. Find out something in the Dawson Springs or any of the areas that were hit so hard. You can Google it. Find nonprofits that are working to help this situation. Then sign up with your Amazon. Just type this in, just like this, AmazonSmile.com. If you already have an Amazon or an Amazon Prime account, it's going to automatically pull that account up and connect Amazon Smile to it. Now, what is Amazon Smile? Remember, the Donovan was here last Friday and put us up on this. You can connect with whatever your favorite, you only get to pick one, your favorite nonprofit is. If it's registered and it's legit, it'll be there. Then every time you buy on Amazon all year round, some of your money will go, a donation will go to your charitable organization of choice. It's a great way to help without missing anything. Listen, excuses are off the table. Let's do what we need to do. Let's be who we have agreed to be, and let's help whoever we can help. Shall we? Let me hear an amen. Thank you all so much. So let's do that. I'm going to leave that up there for a second. AmazonSmile.com. I'll bring it back near the end. So, okay, how do I want to do this? Okay, I'm going to do it like this. Okay, so I'm going to share again. And here's a shameless plug, because I'm going to tell you something. Things like that today, that woman and her 2 kids, y'all, listen. We cannot live our lives based on feeling like we're lucky or everything that happens wonderful being a surprise. We need to live in a world of expectancy and that means we have to expect the most and the best from ourselves first. So I'm just saying, I've been talking about P3 for months now. Everything I've ever done, I believe, has led me to this moment. P3, the Journey series, Purpose, Passion, and Patience. It's on your screen. I knew the download told me there would be 5 trailblazers coming to help set the standard with this work. And 4 are here. The 5th is on the way. So today, I ask you to ask yourself, could you be that 5th person? If so, I want you to scan the code that you see on the screen, or simply go over to my website, LaurenMichaelsHarris.com, and you'll find a button at the very top. Click it and reserve your seat. January 8th is the last free 90-minute preview of P3 before we launch round 1 with these 5 trailblazers. These people, I guarantee you, I know it because I've been shown it, will be household names around this world before you can shake a stick. And that's the truth. That other person is on the way. I know it. Is it you? I certainly hope so. Well, anyway, there it is. There's that. Now, okay. Now, wait a minute. I want to get out of there and I want to go here. Look at. I mean, everybody was talking about her. Jaime Laine is here. Here's what she says. She says she allowed fear to drive herself for many years. Now, Air Force girl, that's what it is. We're both Air Forces. After getting out of the Air Force, she found it difficult to adjust to civilian life. She had PTSD while finding cannabis as a means of to cope. I'm just kidding. That's not the only way you can do cannabis. You can chew some gummies too. Oh my God, who put these in my drawer? Thank you. Anyway, I'm just saying. Hey, I have a knee replacement. My doctor ordered it. Judge much? Okay, so anyway, she got pregnant. Her child was diagnosed. Her beautiful son was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, or CF. And at 5 years old, her son developed liver damage due to the FDA-approved drugs. So she adopted this model. No fear this year. And she took matters into her own hands. She began her son on a CBD regimen. I hate that word. Regimen? Why didn't you say okay, You know what? You're gonna quit playing with me, Miss Bang. Okay, I told you. Don't give me hard words. And within 3 months, her son's liver. Listen to this. And within 3 months, real talk, her son's liver began to repair itself. Her son ignited her spirit. He's inspired her to follow a path of sustainability, of rebirth. She says she is a proclaimed feminist, freedom-fighting mama, veteran scientist, and she's smarter than I don't know what, researcher, advocate, artist, author, and creator. I am Jaime. I am the Renaissance woman. I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore. And I don't know the rest of the words to that song. I know it was Helen Reddy. This is going to be fun. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for this? I'm ready for this. Get your hearts on the screen. First timer here. She getting ready to set it up, y'all. We going to set it off. Here she comes. Jaime Laine, y'all.
That's it. I got my shirt.
Wow. Now, wait a minute. Do that again. Woo. And then the arms up.
Yeah.
Did you just shake your tatas?
Not at you. At the audience. I know you don't need any of that, Lauren.
I don't, but, well, you know, just because a person is on a diet doesn't mean they don't read the menu. I'm just saying. So, listen. You're a feminist. So how come your armpits are shaved?
Oh, that's funny because I sweat and I work out.
Ooh.
Don't worry though, down there is all natural.
Oh. Give me a bucket, honey. I'm kidding. Okay. All right. You know what? Where's your husband? Beard.
He's in the other room watching.
Partner, husband.
Yeah, he's my partner. I'm trying to eliminate wife and husband from my vocabulary.
We're gonna get into that. I feel you. Well, I love him. Beard. Shout out.
Beard.
So
breasts.
Yes. So listen, you are super smart.
Thank you.
Everybody comments on how you respond to things here on Bathrobe Moments, and I was very intrigued. First of all, tell everybody where you're at in the world and how you got here. Give us a little backstory on little Jaime. What was she like?
All right. Nothing little about this. But I'm in Florida. I was in Colorado for a while. Too cold. I got sick of 10 months of winter and stuff like that. So Florida was for me. I was a little apprehensive because of my son's CF, only because moisture in the lungs. We'll get to that. Actually, I saw your interview in Rob's magazine Shift, and I was like, ooh, this is intriguing. I love his look. I want to learn more about him. And I learned about your backstory, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I wanted to check out Bathrobe Moments anyway. But since I'm a Renaissance woman, you know, I always got shit to do. And I was like, shoot, Carrie, Soldier Girl, was going to be on here. And I'm like, bet this is my moment to see Lauren. I want to see what he's about. I want to see Carrie, you know, but she wasn't there. And Beard and I watched you, and we were like, who is this man?
Aw, you're sweet.
We were like, oh my gosh, he's like the best. We're hard to impress because and I'm telling you, you impress me. I saw CJ in the audience. She impresses me. Carrie impresses me. There's a lot of badass people that I have met this year that impressed the shit out of me. And anyway, so I was like, oh, I'm a fan. I gotta follow Lauren.
Where have you been all my life?
Who you telling? I've been looking for you.
So listen, Air Force came through Lackland. You were a pickle, then a rainbow. What work did you do? What was your AFSC?
I was a 4A1, so I was medical logistics, medical supply. The girl who could get things.
So how was your experience? How long were you in?
I was in 8 years. That was enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for it. I went in, I'm from Podunk, Missouri. I went in at 18. I'd grown up in a dysfunctional, when I read your story, I resonated. I didn't hop from foster home. I prayed that I would. I prayed that I would get taken out of my home.
Oh, wow.
And when the child services people got called and they didn't take me, I was like, what do I have to do to
Get the hell out of here?
Yeah. And so I resonated with you on a different level about, just moving around and that feeling of not, I don't know, just I knew that there was more for me. At 9 years old, I knew I had to get out. I knew, and I counted down the years. Okay, 10 more years. Okay, 9, 8. So the military really wasn't going to be it for me. I had nowhere to go. I wasn't going to have college handed to me. I had nobody. That's why aging out of the system at 18 also resonated with me. Where can I go? I've got to get out. I'm done. So Army recruiter called me. All he could do was bash the Air Force. So the Air Force, I just got so excited,
I did too.
And I went to college.
Their outfits. I love their outfits. I was like, ooh. That's how I choose cars. I choose cars by the dashboard, how it lights up, and the stereo, right? And I chose my career based on the outfits.
Isn't that funny?
I knew I wasn't going to the Navy.
Well,
ugly. I'm just saying.
Well, I love the Pierces and BCGs. Weren't those fun?
Yes.
They're so retro and vintage. Anyway, so I went in and I learned a lot, and I'd never been around Black people either. So for me to be around
So you can tell too, y'all. Listen, as a Black person, you can tell when somebody white or other is telling the truth, that they really haven't been around Black people. Now, how is that? Because it's the way they hit that BL, the blah of Black. They go, I haven't been around Black people. You have not. So, not saying that, were you from an area that was racist?
No, we had no Black people.
You just didn't have. So see, just because you weren't around Black people doesn't mean you were racist. We wanted to get that out there.
Oh, no. My family was, but don't worry. We grew up with hillbilly, redneck, backwoods pieces of crap who I knew.
Your family was racist.
Oh, yeah. Other parts of my family, cousins, you know what I mean? But I was like, what? I didn't understand because it didn't make sense to me. I already knew at a young age it didn't make sense to me.
So what was it like when you saw your first in-person Black person?
I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. What's going on? All these people. Yeah.
You know, I remember once a 5-year-old boy, I was his first. I couldn't believe it when the mother said, she was apologizing afterwards. She goes, you're the first African-American person he's seen in real life. And because they were somewhere in Europe growing up. I think her husband was military. And excuse me, the little boy, I'll never forget it. He came over and he was just staring at me. I think we were in a line, like groceries, and he was just looking, and he was looking at everything he could from top to bottom. And then he touched me, and I was like, oh, hi. Then he goes over to his mic, He ran over to his mic, goes, Mommy, it didn't come off. Because when he touched me, he thought it was going to rub off. And so we had a nice talk about it. It was really interesting. I had not ever considered what it would be like to see someone that you'd never seen in real life before. And you were an adult. So that couldn't have been the only new experience.
No.
So what were you thinking when you left? You hadn't even seen Black folks. So what were you thinking you were getting into? Were you scared? Were you excited? Was your heart pounding out of your chest? What was going on?
I knew there's nothing worse than what I was living with at home growing up.
Okay, you got to tell us. I was like waiting. I mean, so what do you mean by that?
Hoarding situation. When I say hoarding, Lauren, it does something. It makes you feel shame. It makes you feel embarrassment for no good reason.
Tammy Moss talks about that.
Yeah, I was going to bring her up to you.
She's been on the show. I've done her commercials. Tammy Moss, that man. And when you talk to her off camera, you're right. Go ahead. Tell people about this. Let's talk about that. Let's start
It's something that you might as well be raped every single day. I mean, seriously, you might as well be assaulted every single day in your mind. My mind was invaded. My space was invaded. My everything And I was molested. It was a horrible situation. I had no escape. I couldn't close any
By
doors.
someone in the home? You were being molested by someone in the home?
Yeah.
Who was the hoarder? Or you don't
My
have to-
mom, my
Oh.
mom was the hoarder.
Oh, bless her heart.
I know. It's so sad, Lauren. And she was a narcissist. And we had 7 kids. So we had 9 people living in a house or a shack out in the country. No running water, no electricity.
A
No.
shack? What? Wait. A shack out in the country, no running water? Girl.
I struggled my entire life. Okay. Nothing was given to me. I have earned, I won't cry, but
Okay.
I have
You can if you
earned
need to.
every single thing that I have worked for myself. And I don't tell anybody, you know, this is the first time I've ever talked about it, actually, Lauren.
Oh.
So, yeah, nothing was handed to me. So when I see some phony bullshit, when I see some awkward people, I'm like, you're so full of shit. Or, you know, you don't know what I don't need to call them on it. You know, that's not my
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
I just know for me that's how I grow. That's how I get more. When I see these beautiful, awesome, badass women, beautiful women doing shit, you think I get jealous? That's for some
No,
phony
you
ass.
get inspired.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm like, I can do that. I want to do that. Oh my gosh, look at them. They're doing that. You know, like I don't deal with all that competitive, petty bullshit. I don't have time for it. I'm going to lift you up. You know,
When you see a picture like this, what does it do to you? Or not that. What is that thing doing?
no, it's
Wait a minute. You know, not
It's
that they're trying to get me into that online gambling. Ain't gonna happen. If I'm a gambler, it's gonna be at the casino. Know this. Okay. So when you see a picture like that, what does it do to or through you? Or I mean, what happens? Is it a trigger?
yeah,
Is
it
it
does
close
something
to
to
what
my
it looks
heart.
like or worse?
My chest gets tight. It starts speeding up. I gotta get out of here. Like this is too.
So was your house really packed like that?
Yeah.
Like-
Worst. It was all around. And it was up to me. I was 9 years old. I was cleaning the house for 9 people by myself. I was cleaning as much as I could, doing the dishes, cleaning up, bag meat. I was doing every day as much as I could all the time until, you know, I just whatever.
So how does that make so today? Because you go home and visit?
No.
Oh, you don't?
My mom, as far as I'm concerned, my mom is dead to me. And my dad did die a few years ago, as far as I know.
You don't think there's any hope, any chance that?
No.
Oh.
No, I eliminated all toxic things from my life. I'm never going to be good enough for her. So
There you go. You know, I feel you. See, you and I can relate there. I'm telling you, I had a sister. You know, it's just how it is. And I've never told this on here, but everybody in my family, my husband, everybody knows I had a sister that from my adopted family, and she just would not quit the story that she would say. Yeah, I thought when this career, with it all being out there with the Gold Cast thing, and it's all out on the table, that they'd start doing better, being better about it, telling more truths about it. And she just couldn't. And she kept saying, you know, why do you got to do what you do? We saved you from the trash can. We took you out of the garbage, stuff like that. I mean, as recent as last year at this house. And I had to
in your own house.
Yep, had to ask her to leave. And I remember, honestly, I was taking some recycling out through the back, waiting for them to just get the hell on. And this is like, they were supposed to stay the whole weekend, her and 2 friends. And they had to go get on the phone and try to see if they could get a hotel because she didn't want to stay and I didn't want her to. But I remember, I'll never forget, when I was on the side of the house and they were getting in the vehicle, they'd come in. God said to me, as he said, take a good long look, because you very well could be seeing her for the last time on this earth. Because you have to, sometimes we find ourselves in situations, this is in my masterclass, with people that, we don't have to sit there and take it. It's to remind us that we don't. It's to remind us of what not to become. It's not because we're bad people. And unless you remove yourself from the toxicity and the toxicity from you, you know, and here's what I also found, and I want you to talk about this, Jamie, because some people are like, well, you're supposed to forgive everybody. I was an apology king back in the day, started the world's first company that did apologies for people, did thousands of them for other people before I had the gall and gumption and courage to do one apology for myself. That's what it took.
That's what I'm saying. I forgave myself for feeling so shitty for what they did to me, and I had no right to feel that way.
Exactly. And people get it. So here's what we've done. And I want people to understand this. Sometimes it's not enough to just forgive, because you forgive, but that people won't let you forget. And that's when I have to banish it. I have to banish certain things, turn my back and say, you know, to me, thing or person or situation, I'm sorry, but you did to me. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this the other day on the show, did the same thing, turn my back and banish it. Because the thing about it is, we've got work to do. We've got accomplishments that have our DNA from our soul all over it that we've yet to achieve. So what was so important? What was in front of you? What was to the left and what was to the right, Jamie, where you had to make that choice? When you had to make that choice that allowed you, because that's not easy, to let go of things that do not serve us, including people.
I know. So she had sheds full of sheds full. Hoarders do that. She rented sheds for 20 years, thousands of dollars on sheds.
Yep.
There were some things of hers that I thought she might want me to have that we discussed when I was a little girl or over the years.
Take your time.
I didn't expect to talk about this. It's okay though. So she gave, it's a long story how that happened. She pretended she didn't know my nephew broke into the sheds. Anyway, it's all gone. I told her that I wanted to go there. I said, oh, this could be cool. This could be a healing thing for all of us, right? I was going to take one last opportunity and go to Missouri, which breaks my heart every single time. I hate Missouri because of the way it makes me feel. I was going to get all my brothers together, even though we're not really close, and try to get my family together, all the 7 kids, to go clean out these sheds together as a healing process for all of us children to bond. So for me, it was closure, it was rebirth, it was healing with my brothers, my sisters, my mom, hopefully giving her that opportunity to, I don't know, say sorry, allow us some opportunity for her to accept me, love me, be proud of me, whatever I thought. And it didn't happen. All my things are gone. Everything's gone. She let them take it. So I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. She is dead to me. This is it. I am never going to give one more thing to her ever again. So besides this conversation.
Right.
But this is healing for me. So thank you.
Yeah, and it's healing for a lot of us, Tia, as well. I honor you. I applaud you, and so does everyone out there. Put some hearts on the screen, you guys. For the courage it takes. I know, you know, because when did you realize? It took me. I would have never realized if it wasn't for my friend DJ. She was a composer for the Phoenix Philharmonic, and she was a good friend of mine right before my 14-year drug addiction. And I remember in the jacuzzi one night, I was talking about, just like you, I was going through what you just went through. And she said to me, she looked and she goes, Lauren, you mean you don't know? And I was like, no, what? She goes, oh, honey, don't you know that family is based in love? It's our relatives that are based in blood. There's a difference. Because I kept saying, I don't have a family. Family. She goes, you do. I'm family. Because I love you unconditionally, and you love me the same way. She goes, and listen, and I get it. Here's another thing. People say, how could you do that? How could you just write off your own? Well, I'm going to tell you something my birth mother told me when I met her. Within the first 15 minutes, my mom, Lucille, looked at me and she goes, listen, There are going to be people in this family that aren't going to understand you or where you've been all these 32 years or whatever. She goes, but listen, I don't care where it is. Anywhere in life, if something doesn't make sense to you, let it go. That's because it ain't got shit to do with you. Let it go. So talk about that, because somebody out there right now needs to make some kind of a decision. How did your life change once you put down things that you started putting down things that didn't serve you and replace them with things that did?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
So it was actually this year when I decided my mom died. So I just kept eliminating things, and that was one of the things. And let me tell you something, I don't care what anyone says. The things that she has said to me about what my father did to me, the things that she has done over the years, why do I have to continue being abused by my mother psychologically over and over and over and over again? That's not sane. That's not love, like you said. And I have mantras. The first one is love-based decisions for myself, okay? Love-based decisions. That is not love-based. I fulfilled my contract as a daughter. I fulfilled that construct that everybody's so hung up on that they can't let go, okay? So whatever you need to tell yourself, she's my mom. I can't even imagine doing that shit to my boo, ever. How? No. So I felt so free. I was like, I don't have to show her anything. I don't have to prove shit to her. I am enough. I am Jaime. I am who I am. And she is not going to take away from me. I'm not going to feel shame or embarrassment over her ever again.
Oh, girl, you said a mouthful there. So when you hear people say this, when you hear people say, well, Jaime, you know that hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make this decision any easier?
Yeah.
Knowing
Stop
that
hurting your daughter.
Yeah. Do you think someone hurt her?
Oh, absolutely. And then I've given her a platform as well. And there's only so much you can do for people. She's right. She did need healing. She absolutely. I need healing. She needed healing, and she refused to get it. She refused to talk about it. She would not. And that's fine. She didn't know how. She let her ego and her narcissism fulfill her instead of being vulnerable and talking. And I've been one-on-one with her many times, but it wasn't just this, you guys. It was all the years about, don't compare yourself to me, Jaime. Or telling me that I only was entered into something because my brother was, or I was the middle child. I was number 4 out of 7, and I made straight A's and, stuff like that. And I was on the tennis team, and I was at FBLA, and I tried and did. And I never got acknowledged for any of it ever. So my self-motivation and ambition, it had to come from within me. My grit, that core when you think you got no more, is that grit. So I've always pulled from that reserve. Why do I have to continue to pull on my reserve for a woman who does not care? I'm not doing it.
What about the relationship with the other children and her?
It's strained. The only kids who talk to her, or my brother's older than me, and he's a lame. He is 40-something years old, and he still relies on her for everything, Lauren.
Well, then
buys his house, his truck. He doesn't have to do shit. He's a lame-o. He's a nothing.
So what about your relationship with your other siblings, the ones you choose to have one with? Is this like the topic that is like the white elephant when you're together? Because the only reason I ask that is because, I have 2 families, the birth family and the adopted family. And the thing I hate about both of those families is that if I try to be neutral. My name is Jess, I ain't in the mess, okay, is what I say. But when I call one of them, I can't keep track of who's not speaking to who.
Yeah,
And
right.
so if I bring up one and they happen to not be in with the other, now I got to, and it's just too much sometimes.
Oh no,
You know?
nobody likes my mom. We all talk shit about her. In fact, it's kind of healing. I'm not close to all my siblings. But there's a couple brothers who we talk, and it's healing for us because nobody's lived through it. Nobody will believe, like, I'm telling you the things that came out of, like, my mom's been saying the same shit for 50, 60 years. She doesn't evolve. She does not evolve.
Yes.
That's not growth for me. How does that feed me? I need to nourish my DNA. I need to nourish my soul. And if you are consuming things that are not nourishing, you will deteriorate, you will die, and it is called cell death. And I don't want cell death. And people are cell deathers, death killers, cell killers.
Lori Whitney suggests rather, look at it this way. It made you stronger and simply amazing. And don't forget it, beautiful. Pray for her instead. So, can I ask, do you still love your mother?
I don't have an affinity for her one way or the other. If somebody wants me to attribute to how I am because she treated me like shit, that's not a legacy I want to live for my son.
But if you got a phone call at 5:00 this afternoon, God forbid, hypothetically speaking, of course, and they said, "Oh, Jamie, we got some bad news. Your mom passed away today." And the only reason I say that is because I've buried two. And it's about those things, and let's talk about that for everybody. It's about those things that we stand behind. We need to save ourselves many times, protect ourselves. But then what about those things that once you can't undo it, there are no do-overs down the road, you think, so how do we get to the point to make sure, okay, I'm here today, but 40 years from now, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 10 minutes from now, will I still feel the same way? Will I evolve beyond that? And then one day wish I would have whatever. Do you wish her well, at least? What do you wish for? If you
I have my own son, my own life to live. There's an opportunity for her that she's had many for her if she wanted to be in my life. And I've tried. Lauren, it was about me going home on Thanksgiving. She knew I was coming home and she'd never be there. Or not coming to visit me, like, ever. Like, it's not just this one thing.
How many daughters? How many girls in your?
3.
And do they have close relationships with mom?
Nobody likes my mom.
Oh, she must not like herself.
She doesn't. It's very sad. Why do I have to live in that waller and sadness? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And would I cry? I'd be upset like I am right now. I would not go home to her funeral. I'm not going to make any arrangements. Jamie, the bank is closed. I'm not going to be involved. I'm okay with that. I'm so okay with it.
I get it. This is thank you for being so courageous, Jamie, because we didn't know what we were really going to hit on as our main. We never even discussed it, did we?
Nope.
And this is important because there's so many of us that stay inside of the truck where the brakes have been cut, even though we know we're about to go down, this mountain with that person at the wheel, recklessly driving us, but we still get in the truck. And we have the nerve to not half the time put on a seatbelt, even though we know there's no brake line. So here's some comments from out there. Jeanette Ramos. She says, I wish you all the healing you deserve. Leave it up to the higher being to fix this and continue to wish those that hurt you well. I agree with that. Because sometimes you just got to get out of the truck and it's like, good luck on the rest of your journey, but I'm out. Lori, yes, deep down inside you must. It's what she did. Her actions you didn't love. I want to hear more about Jamie. Move past the mom topic. And we don't know who that is. Well, guess what? Whoever you are, Facebook user, if you want to tell us, this is Jamie's time. Jamie chose to bring this in. So we are talking about Jamie and we're talking with Jamie. This is your time, girl. So I get it. Because if Jamie wants to stay on the mom topic and you don't want to hear, you can move on. I'm just saying, because this is your time, girl. You said you had never talked about this. So as long as you want to sit on that particular fence post here today, you go right ahead.
Oh, I'm good on my mom. She's
just infected and it's not your fault.
Exactly.
Okay. So let me ask this, because you're a strong one. You're a strong one. So I know you don't do anything. You don't seem like an accidental kind of girl to me. You know what I mean? When somebody cuts themselves a new butthole with you, there's no stitches. You see what I'm saying? I'm done. So
Yep.
Jaime, talk about your strength, because see, that's the thing that allows you to say no more.
Yep.
Okay. And that's the same strength that some people need to put. This is for you, person who wanted to get past the mom thing, because you're going to get past the mom thing, but you're going to keep this thing with us that you drug in here that is important for everybody that's here. And that is courage. How do you find the courage to do those things that hurt the most, but serve us? Because I see that you do this in a lot of things in your life.
I do. Absolutely.
Talk about that.
I want to be free. Hear the words I just said. Our brains do not understand trash talk. Thank you, Jeanette. Our brains do not understand Our brains do not understand trash. Okay. So when you trash talk and you sit there and you make up this person that you created in the back of your head, which I did for many years, what do? You sit there. You're stagnant. You're not growing. You're not moving. I want to be free. I want this. I want this. And I want this. Freedom, peace of mind. So I broke it all down. I actually started with my mantras. First thing, I knew something had to change.
Let's hear them.
Love-based decisions. Think before you speak. Safe hands, safe words.
Take us through them one by one.
All right. So the first thing I did was, it was so silly. I'm going to tell you exactly my process.
Okay.
I wrote them down, kept them in my pocket,
Mm-hmm.
looked at them. This is in my trauma recovery book too.
You wrote a trauma recovery book?
Yeah, I wrote a way to get over trauma recovery organically, holistically, no pills, no drugs, no nothing, organic, all organic. This is my first step, you guys.
Girl, go ahead.
So then I read it. Then I read it out loud. Then I read it in the mirror looking at myself. And then I said it out loud to myself in the mirror. It was so awkward. And I've always been the one to be on the back because I'm logistics, I'm operations, I'm always in the background. So I really had to push myself forward, like dancing naked to karaoke or singing karaoke naked. I put myself out the comfort doing this. Anyway, so love-based decisions was actually in vows that I had given to my partner years ago. And we let those go by the wayside. And I wanted to bring those back because there's no way you can do anything unless you make love-based decision. And in order to do that, I had to eliminate my fear. I had to eliminate the toxins. I had to do that. So love-based decisions, I knew number one would have to be within mine. Me first. Me first.
Mm-hmm.
Think before you speak. Whew. That's a hard one for me.
Took me 30 years to get to that.
I'm telling you, it's so difficult because, well, I have PTSD, and then the things that are trigger me, I'm learning how to reel those in and really identify my triggers. So is my son. And, we help each other. Again, another thing. But for me, think before you speak was so huge. So huge.
Why?
Because words hurt. I'd rather get punched in the jugular. Okay? I would rather you punch me in the ear, stab me, shoot me. Words are so hurtful.
Yes.
And you can't take them back. And man,
I was bad at that.
Yep.
Jamie, I was. I mean it. I learned from Victor Newman off Young and the Restless and Alexis Colby Carrington off that. I mean it. I felt like the world owed me. And I didn't give a shit. I would throw something up. And the minute you sling something, a dagger, through words at somebody and it hits its mark, you feel it. And you immediately, at least I did, even if I was denying it, I could tell I had just done something I could never take back.
Yeah.
And that That means never. On your deathbed,
Nope.
you're gonna see it, you're gonna feel it, no matter what. So was that an issue with you? Was your mouth like ninja?
Well, it could be, or I would get too anxious and not think about what I wanted to say, and my brain got too fast.
Yeah.
I wasn't even taking the time to give professional answers, or in a business meeting, or talking to my colleagues. That too.
Oh, so it was washing across all of the terrain.
Oh, even if it's something silly, Jamie, don't make that joke now. It's not the right time. Or, it didn't have to be even a negative, affirming things too,
So did people, I'm sorry, but did people think you didn't have a filter?
I've been told
anything will come out of her mouth.
I've been told I'm blunt once or twice in my life.
Yeah. Okay, go on. So you.
Yep.
Before you speak.
Safe hands.
What does that mean?
Safe hands?
Yeah.
Gestures or slamming a door, or which is still a love-based decision, right? But these are my reminders. Anything. Spanking. I don't like to spank. It does not work, in my opinion. I've tried it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good to any of the parties, and there are better ways. I just needed the tools.
You're talking about your son.
My son, me, how we treat safe hands, even how we treat ourselves. I don't know.
So let me just say, is that about also safe hands, the person that's closest to you? Somebody who might be in one of those situations where, yeah, he does it, but he's always sorry right after, putting hands on somebody.
Yeah. Space even too. Don't invade my space, right? That's part of safe hands. Your hands should not be over here all up in my circle.
Yeah.
And that was for me to help myself and my son. My son taught me, kind of led me to these mantras that just came to me. I don't know. And then safe words. We cannot take them back. Just like I said, you do not want, I'd rather be hit. Affirming words. Like, I don't say bad or good. We say safe or responsible. We use affirming words, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want. We're not going to put don't or can't or anything negative in there. Just like husband and wife sort of thing. I don't want to identify. I want us to be our own people. I want us to use the appropriate words. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I'm a wife. I am a woman.
Okay. I'm all for that. I agree. Even like in my coaching program, when I'm giving feedback on anything, I say, now understand, this is not constructive criticism. I don't know how those two words go together. You know what I mean? But I would rather say constructive insight.
Yeah, or feedback. What are your thoughts?
Constructive feedback.
What do you think?
Not constructive criticism.
Right.
I mean, who wants that? I don't care how constructive it is. If I needed somebody to criticize, I don't need your help. I do that to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to stop. I love it. We're going to restate these. Love-based decisions, number 1. Think before you speak. Number 2, safe hands. 3, and bringing up the rear, safe words. So, Jamie.
Yeah.
First of all, clearly, we have to bring you back right in the new year. So I'm looking at the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I want to bring you back. Because that person's kind of been in my head. That said, I want to know more about Jamie. Okay, there's a way they say that. So, so I'm like, okay, you asked, we answered. So we're gonna get you back to go even deeper. But before we get out, so you'll agree?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you.
Okay, so you don't have to answer now unless you know one of those dates. But if not, we're gonna let you guys know when she'll be back that first week of January. So let's take the rest of the time today to talk about what it is you love to do, to pour and to be of service, because you do so many things. You have the book. What else? What else do you feel is your calling? Where's the anointing on Jaime Laine's life? Where is it?
Well, first and foremost, I want to nourish myself. I want to nourish my DNA and my soul, because without that, I cannot give to anyone else, to anything else. And I realize that. Mm-hmm. Because my son has cystic fibrosis, and because I took him down a plant regimen, and I did mean to put regimen, not regime. I did mean to put regimen.
Oh, so it wasn't just me going.
Think before you speak. See what I did in a rush? And I didn't even worry about it. That's one of the things that would have feared me before. Oh my gosh, he needs a bio. Nope. got it, boom, 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 take it or leave it. You know what? I'm not going to stress over it.
Right.
Because guess what? You got the most honest, direct answer you could have gotten, and that is authentically me.
Right.
So
right.
The way I want to serve, I want to educate, I want to talk to people. I try to support so many different people. I build relationships. Okay. A lot of people don't want to hear what I have to say, and that's okay. I go to find interesting people. I go to find people who serve me, who feed me. CJ's one. I can't wait till next year when my books are coming out. They are being published. I already have a CBD book out too, and I put the link in the comments. It's just a very basic introduction into CBD and to give a little background on very basic things for people who don't know.
Okay.
I want people to know that living a life of sustainability is possible. I want them to know that you don't have to rely on buildings. For food. You don't have to rely on a corporation to make money. You don't have to rely on equipment to do a good workout.
Right.
We are self-sustaining people, machines. We can do it. We've got the brain power and we've got the power within us. Our bodies were meant to do the things for ourselves. They were meant to heal. They were meant to repair. I want people to know what plants and Mother Earth can do to do that. That's my main purpose. You asked me. That's what I want to do. So I have these vessels and these avenues in order to do that. I'm going to keep researching, and I'm going to keep telling people in my forums what I find. And the people who want to hear it, like CJ and you, then you guys get to be with me. I get to be with you guys as I go on this journey. I found you guys, and that's how it happens.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm gonna I hope you watch the show tomorrow.
Okay.
I hope you watch the show tomorrow because there's 3 people there. It's Ask the Experts Day. They come once a month. So we have the Oracle of Apollo. Gabrielle will be here. And we also have Tracy Randolph. She's a reset coach, all about fitness. And we have Tim Chung, who is a social media expert, but he's also a mindset coach. And I would love, if you watch it and you like the vibe that we're sending out tomorrow, I would like you to start in January if you want to come back once a month and be a new expert. So there would be 5 of us there, and you could come once a month, right, and talk about this, the holistic piece and the CBD piece, because people are living with chronic pains and there needs to be some reversal. A lot of things, instead of one pill to take another pill, and now you need these 3 because you got this happening from that, and Big Pharma. No. So I'm gonna tell you something. I want my bathroom vanity to be filled just like it is. Creams and fragrances. I do not want pill bottles. I don't. So I want you to take a look tomorrow, because I don't want you to speak without thinking. So I want you to take a look tomorrow. And if you love that, which we love you want to pick up what we're putting down, we'd love to have you. Wouldn't you guys love to have her here every month? Yay! Listen, I just love it. And you're going to pick a day, right? The 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th of January to come back. What's your son's name?
Can I not say it on the air?
You can just let's give him a name.
Oh, my boo.
Who?
He's my boo.
Okay, your boo. When you come back, I want you to talk to people out there, help educate and enlighten about cystic fibrosis. But if there is a way that you want, or something that you want now, you don't want to wait until January, down scrolling across the bottom, you'll see some information. Tell us what this Facebook.com, this cystic fibrosis CBD page, what is that?
Oh, I made that page new specifically for CF moms or cystic fibrosis families to come find me. CBD for cystic fibrosis. I'm the only group with that search term. Okay. If you have any questions, you do not have to go on the page. A lot of women go behind the scenes because they're afraid of getting their booze taken away. Yeah. So message me privately if you want. Go to the group. It's all private. I promise I don't share your name with anyone. The women who message me, it's all private and confidential.
Okay. And what we see up top, The hemp.
Up top, the Hempuralist. I try to, that's geared toward Gen X women. I want to inspire them and show them the things I do. I share recipes, do it yourself. We talk about breast health. We talk about female things that we all go through as our 40s and 50s. And I just want to be there to support those for plant health as well for the Gen X women out there.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Love it. Hey, everybody, crushing it in 2022 is exactly what we want to do. Not just me, but me and you, right? I just made that rhyme up.
I love it!
Yay! So listen, I just am so excited about all. We want to get you back and talk more about what's inside the book and just so many other things. But listen, again, thank you so much for entrusting your story with us here. We promise illuminated conversations. And sometimes we have to go into the darkness in order to find the light. And you did that today. So for that Facebook user who thought it was getting a little bit heavy, sometimes it has to be. It just has to be. Life is not just unicorns, rainbows, and giggles. But it doesn't have to be the opposite either. I like to say it's what we make it, right? And then where we take it. It's not just what you want to do in this world that matters. You have to have a plan. So whatever it is you feel your mission, your purpose in this world is, write it down like this. Just write it down, put it somewhere, and then show it to what is greater than you and say, and when you give me what I need, here is what I promise I will do with it. Just like you, Jaime, and just like, hopefully, you, right? Listen, meet us back here. Who do we have tomorrow? Oh, the experts are here tomorrow. Matter of fact, if you want to, why don't I just bring you in tomorrow?
I'd love that.
And you can talk about some CBD stuff.
Yeah.
So holistic, will you?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, we have a new expert.
I'm so humbled. Thank you.
Oh, this is going to be, wait till I tell the rest of the group. Yay. So same process as today. You're going to get it tomorrow. I'm so excited. Jaime, welcome to the Bathrobe Moments family. And thank you. Thank you. We've loved you, right? Since you started popping in. You're always so insightful. I want to learn more about you. I'm glad you're a biologist. So this holistic piece is coming straight from where it needs to come from. We can trust it. And I'm just really grateful for you. And I'm grateful for all of you. Listen, anything you want to say as we get out of here? You're going to be back tomorrow.
I'm shaking. I want to thank you so much. I'm so humbled by you, Lauren. And I'm so grateful that you were in my path and my journey this year. And I'm not going to let you down or anybody else out there. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you guys, are you excited? I'm looking for something. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Senior moment. You guys, this is great. We got a new expert. Listen, get out there today. Get out there and remember that a little bit of something will always prove to be better than a whole lot of nothing, right? Yes. You are here for a reason. Get out and fulfill your purpose. You guys, I want to remind you to get over to my homepage at laurenmichaelsharris.com. Still looking for that one person to fulfill the 5 that I've been told is coming. We got the 4. We're starting the second week of January with P3, the Journey series. If you want to learn more, reach out to me. I'll be happy to let you know. But if you want to get in on the free preview, the final one for this first group is January 8th at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go to my page, click on the blue button, and reserve your seat. Maybe it's for you. So listen, everybody, have a great day. Jaime, see you tomorrow morning, girl. And Beard, thank you for everything. Boo, thank you. Love you too. And we love you. We'll see you tomorrow morning out front at 8 a.m. Central, God willing, for our next episode of Bathrobe Moments. Be well. Bye-bye, everyone.
Soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you of mind.